I've taken a little bit of a break from Rust these last couple weeks and started playing League of Legends, grinding the new season, and just wanted to give my talk of how it's going so far. A little recap. I let's see. I've been playing mostly Malphite. I I know Malphite's not a very good champion compared to some of the more technical ones, but he's semi easy and he's very fun and he has great memes. So I've been really trying to master him for what he is and just try out builds. And I've also been playing a little bit of my old school traditionals too. Nocturne, Shaco, Master Yi, a tiny bit, Zen, Tryndamere, Wukong. Those are usually what I play, and I'm a jungler, so I traditionally play jungle. I can play other roles, but I don't really study them as hard, so they're going to be a lot more hit and miss if I play them. But typically, I just jungle. And I just want to kind of give a recap of how it's going so far. Now, the season, it started off quite rough, actually. Let's see, we're going to go back about 12 days. That makes sense. It maybe even went further back, but you can see there's a lot of red back here. I was still getting used to a lot of these new items. Ultimately, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was kind of going off of last season's knowledge for the most part in these games. I think that's part of why I struggled. And also, I'm just a noob sometimes. I'm not the greatest player in the world. I do my best. I try to learn from my mistakes. And it's easy to fall into the trap of like blaming your teammates and stuff. So I was kind of in that hell in this area, we'll say. But yeah, just a quick scan. You can see it wasn't going so well. Like my first times playing Malphite, I just lost and lost and lost, and nothing seemed to be working. I was trying this mix of tank and AP, which might have its merits in some places, but overall, you can see I was in downhill games, roller coasters, struggled. I finally got a win with Master Yi. There was more earlier too. This isn't all the games. It's probably been about 14, 15 days of me playing, maybe 16. Wow. I guess it started around here 20 days ago. Yeah, some of these are ARAMs. I'm just trying to only look at the ranked. I guess I can, we could sort by ranked, right? We can go ranked. Perfect. All right. This is a nice site. All right. I just kind of want to get a recap of this, how it's gone. Zen is a pretty strong go-to, I feel like. So I like playing him when I'm feeling super rusty. Just a nice Zen game. I'm starting to feel that way a little bit more with Malphite. I was trying out the Shadow Flame early on. It actually felt pretty good. I don't know. These games are a little subjective though. I don't really know if um I don't remember what elo was I even in this. I don't even know. Some of these games felt like way too easy. Some of these wins, like, and they were the placement games, so I don't really know who I was up against. I don't usually check, um, but sometimes they felt really hard, and I was also trying a lot of things. But yeah, you see my Malphite build is pretty standard. It's Iceborne, Frozen Heart. Sometimes I don't get Frozen Heart if they don't really have a lot of AD. Usually, if they have the general rules, if they have three or more, sometimes even just two attack speed reliant champions, I'll get the Frozen Heart. It's really nice for the ability haste too. But I don't want to get too much into Malphite. I'll recap a few of my highlights here shortly because I've had some really fun games, some really the good ones lately. But these ones you can see, yeah, I felt rough. I was in a dark place here for a while, and I don't really know how else to say it. I was definitely getting used to the new things in the series, and then things starting to get better. I tried some AP fight. Some of these went really well. Some of them just went mediocre. Some of them I might have got carried. I don't know, but AP fight is pretty fun with Malignants. This is kind of a mashup with the Iceborne into Zonias. It's kind of neat. Not a great game, obviously, but we did come out on top. So I'm not much of a KDA player anymore. Of course, getting kills and it's flashy and all, but I've learned in learning how to climb and not take so many losses. As you'll see later, I don't take so many losses. This was the darkest pit right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses in a row. I was really struggling that day because that was 4 days ago. And yeah, I was losing it. I was blaming. I was like, the queue's rigged. I went from gold 1 to gold 4 in these games, basically. It just tanked and tanked. And I guess it's these combined too. A couple wins in there with Malphite. But yeah. And then I just came back and I was this day. I was just like, screw it. I'm playing AP fight. I'm just killing everything. And this game was fun. I think I got a nice triple. I did get a nice triple. The end of the game. That's probably one to highlight. I think I downloaded that replay. What else we got here? But usually the standard is Iceborne. I guess, yeah, usually I get Iceborne and Frozen. I'm always rushing the Iceborne, almost always. It's very solid. Very, very solid on Malphite. Can't really go wrong, I don't think. Hardly ever. It just increases E damage. His auto attacks get way better. His clearing gets so much faster. Thornmail's questionable. I was always thinking, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this. If you're reducing the attack speed of your enemies, and you get Thornmail too, where they just take damage back, sometimes you want them to have fast attack speed if they take damage from their attacks, right? I don't know. It's kind of an anti-combo to get Frozen Heart and Thornmail. That's what I'm thinking sometimes. But sometimes you just need the healing reduction, and you got to get Thornmail either way. So that just happens. But yeah, a lot of fun. I even played a little Jarvan there. But as you see, after this pit of despair, I guess I should take all the credit because obviously I started getting wins a lot more. But I shifted my mindset. Like, I wasn't streaming. I didn't record any of these, but I was not in a good place. I was reporting all my teammates. I was blaming everyone. It was bad. It was bad. And then it just clicked. I watched some coaching videos and stuff a little bit, not a lot, but just kind of tried to get a better mentality and concept of the game back. I don't know. I just kind of lost it for a minute. It felt like, and that helped. That helped a lot because I stopped blaming my teammates, thinking about what I could do, started paying more attention to the map and where people were, and does it really make sense to gank. I also, at this point, I did something else very crucial. I muted chat. I stopped listening to chat, and if someone spam pings, I mute their pings too. And it's really that simple. Just, it gives me the clarity to think about what I'm doing, to think about the map, to think about the game. I got really emotional in all these defeats and all this, and I think that played more of a part than anything, because it's a thing when you're a jungler, and it's real. It doesn't even matter how good you are. If your team is on kind of a downtrend, or you're seeming like things aren't going so well, it is very common for all your lanes to blame you. Very, very common. And if you are not tough-skinned enough to take that or to shrug it off, it can kind of get to you. And it is very obnoxious, and they don't listen to reason. You can't just type to them and say, "Hey, look, I deal with this every losing game. I'm very used to getting all the blame." You can't just say that to them and tell them to take it easy. They don't get it. So you just got to mute them, I think. There's really no way around it, and just do your best. And that's basically what I started doing here, and it started going a lot better. Overall, when I did make misplays, I don't have to hear their negative comments or jungle diff and all that, which I don't want it to trigger me, and I can say it doesn't trigger me. But sometimes when you see that, when you're not having the greatest game, you're just like, shut up. So, all right, well, that's, I just played this one, and this felt good. This was a really hard game. Like, this seemed like we were gonna lose, and I just kept my cool. I stole the first dragon. I got a solo kill on Master Yi early, and this Yasuo, who had a really rough early game, we ended up playing off each other so well in the end. with our alts was beautiful. It was just beautiful. So it's one of those games that could have been a loss if I had gotten emotional like I did back in these. Definitely could have ended up being a loss, but just keeping my cool, playing it cool, playing like a rock. You know, that's why I like Malphite too. He just kind of fits with my personality. You got to be the rock. That definitely helped. So we can say that for sure. And I guess that's all I really wanted to say for the most part. Still doing AP Shaco. It seems fun. Kind of playing with that. I don't know how good it is actually. It seems decent, but it is one of those things where you got to have the right win cons. AP Shaco in itself is not a win con, and neither is Malphite. You got to have carries. So that's a lot of these junglers I'm playing. I often make sure I have a carry. If I don't have a carry, I'll probably play Nocturne instead, or Zen, or someone that can hyper up a little bit. Not these utility champs, but I'm loving the utility champs that just kind of bring your team together. They've been a lot of fun. So all right, I guess I'll show you a few clips here from some highlights that I've saved. All right, admittedly, I've not done a good job of saving highlights overall. If you guys are interested in watching me play a little bit or seeing more highlights, please let me know. I might stream a little bit here and there. Twitch.tv/Merly I might stream a little bit of this. But I just want to show, let's see. Yeah. This was huge here. You know, Malphite can be a little shaky early game sometimes, so it's often huge to get those early game kills and stuff. So watch how this goes. This is interesting. Top is skirmishing. I want to get up there as soon as possible, but this is also the initial clear, so I want to finish my initial clear, get level 4. And usually, I didn't really know where the jungler was, but I kind of assumed he was up here because it just made sense. It's usually about how it lines up. He's either top or bottom. So I was trying to finish this up, get up there, and I encounter Master Yi. Immediately just give him both the slams. All right. Using, I don't know if you can see his debuffs here. And maybe I think I hit him. I don't know if I hit him exactly. But hitting him with E is huge. Slowing his attack speed, getting all that burst on him while he's low. And he just gets crushed. He tries to save it. He should have queued this minion if he were smart. And these guys are fighting up here. Oh, he gets the kill, but he dies. I can't kill him. Alright, but yeah, pretty much got a solo kill on Master Yi there. Kind of worth. We traded 1 for 1. Not the best trade ever, but not the worst either. And the lane is pushing back towards Yasuo, so that's actually kind of good. Plug one of these minions to get out of there quickly. But Yasuo TP's back in. So, kind of an ideal start against Master Yi. And yeah, this went rough. Like, let's go to the first dragon here. It was really hard to get Prio Bot. Bot was struggling. They were under tower most of the time, which I thought was kind of odd. I don't know. I guess they are against Senna Lux, and you know they both have kind of high range champions. So it seemed pretty even overall down there for the most part, though. The dragon was really interesting. I didn't really have a reason to rush up there, so I was trying to clear this red first. My team really wasn't in place. There was nothing I could do, so you know you might as well be clearing camps. No sense covering. But I did see that it was kind of low here off of that. Saw the health, and I thought, you know, I think we can go for this. Also, something huge here that happened. I had been power clearing. I don't know the hotkeys very well. How do I see my items? I should know this. Okay, well. Okay, I just got this leveled up, and I knew that Master Yi had not. So my smite hits for 900. Master Yi's only hits for 600. So I thought, because of that, I would go ahead and go for a steal. Also, I had my ult, and my ult, I think does around 230 damage. So with a 900 plus a 230, I can essentially smite at around 1100. And I thought I'd go for it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And it's lining up about perfect. I don't know why Master Yi. Well, I guess he couldn't smite it yet. He needed to wait for that 600, below 600. So I rushed in. He could have smited it right here and got it, but boom, nailed it. Stolen. I do die in the process, but we do get a nice consolation prize of the first dragon. So not too bad. Wow, that sound was very loud. All right. So that was the nice steal of the game, and you know, there's not a whole lot else to show. I guess we have a few other fights at Dragon. It kind of goes back and forth. It's not the cleanest game. It's a tough game, but here around the end, I guess I think it's about where we take Baron. I want to say that things kind of start to turn around pretty good. Ahri is killing it this game. She's doing really well. And I guess I'll show my one huge failure too. I thought it was kind of funny. I think it was right around here. Yeah, check this out. So we get in a skirmish here. I don't know what over, but I do still have my ult, and I'm kind of saving it for a setup. I don't just want to ult one person. And we start kind of cleaning them up. Goes over the wall. That. I missed the ult. That was so embarrassing. So I flashed over the wall and just didn't move my mouse far enough. Epic failure. Whole team spam pinged me for a second, but it is what it is. But, you know, I didn't let it get to me. I was just like, whatever. Still up here tanking. Team's following up. We're going to keep doing our thing. I can still kick off of this and get a little combo. Boom. Very nice. So even though I flubbed the ult, and I'm sure everyone had a laugh, it's, you know, it's kind of embarrassing. It happens. But you can't let stuff get to you. You just gotta learn what you can. You know, I'm not a coach, but I'm showing it. I'm not embarrassed. I just think it's funny. I just want to see this failure again. I don't know. I thought I had my mouse over far enough, but I guess I didn't, you know? My sensitivity is really low, so that's probably part of it. Look at Master Yi pinging everything. Trying to be helpful. Still came out on top. Hitting the ult would have been a little easier, a little cleaner, but we didn't lose anybody for it, so it wasn't the worst failure ever. I've had worse, I guess, you know? Alright, then at the end, we just had... You know, it was kind of looking scary for a minute. There was a fight here where Master Yi just cleaned us all up. And at that point, I started saving my ult for Master Yi, basically. And I'll just show you this last nice, clean fight at the end. This was beautiful. Get rid of the scoreboard. Yasuo, he was playing really well. He got really cocky. He landed this. I just followed it up. Just nice, clean wombo there. Oh, that felt good. And obviously we won off of that. Not much a Lux can do to stop all of us. And Darius is just down here messing with Ahri. Ahri just constantly kiting him. She was doing really well dealing with him. Because Darius can be a problem sometimes. And I thought he was going to be. But luckily he was not. Alright, so that was my latest game. Very nice game. Let me see if I have any others to show you. But that's kind of how it's been going. I've definitely been playing for stability, you know? Playing for keeping a cool head and playing for the team. It definitely helps. And just kind of accept your mistakes and do your best to learn from them rather than rage or blame. That was the big takeaways here, so hopefully that helps someone. Okay, another really important one that felt awkward, I guess, was this Nocturne game. I went 2-8. It looked really bad. I think at one point I was 0-6. But I didn't feel behind the whole time, even being 0-6. It's sounds kind of odd, right? But the thing is, in almost all those deaths, I guess I don't really need to show the game, but basically what happened in almost all those deaths, in those 6 deaths, the team came out on top still. So it ended up being all right and not too bad, and we didn't really have much trouble winning this game, even though it looks bad on paper. It, you know, I definitely made some mistakes, but you know, keeping cool and just doing the best and still rushing camps and keeping up tempo, it was fine really. I did not feel behind, even though I probably was. A lot of Shaco games. I'm trying to think. One of these was there was a few really good moments in. I'm not sure which one it was. There was a couple good steals. Oh, this one. I gotta show you this steal. It's amazing. And I'm talking, this might be the most clean Shaco Baron steal I've ever had in this game. All right. So game goes, as usual. AP Shaco's, it starts off super quick and then it slows down and it speeds up again. It's one of those things, because I'll show you the little opening strat too, which actually got kind of messed up from an invade. Going against a Kayn. Kayn's typically pretty annoying to deal with. But 2 boxes here, starting at 55 seconds, and as soon as you can on the next one. Right? And then 1 box here. So you start here at red, and these minions get chunked. The big chicken comes over to you, and you smite it. That's the typical strat. But he comes over here, he's kind of on to my plan, I guess. And he's going to try to steal it. Which, what? I believe he does, actually. Yeah, he stole it there. That's fine, though. My team's here to back me up. We end up chasing him down. It's a bit of a drawn-out process. But I don't think he gets away. Does he? Please tell me he doesn't get away. I forget. I flash. He flashes. Just doing the goose chase. And what happens here? I think he does end up getting away. Yeah. That's fine. I'm like, whatever. I'm just here. I'll clear these. So, yeah, don't lose tempo the best you can. If you get hung up doing things too long. See, the thing was, he also loses a lot of tempo. I basically get to clear this whole thing before he gets to his next camp, which essentially catches me up from where he was here. And he's so low that he can't even hardly pull his camp. So what is he even going to do, He's not in a good situation after that steal, exactly. It doesn't really put him ahead. But that was kind of an interesting start. A little different than usual. But things get a little haywire after a while. The team, I forget what all happens, honestly. But I just try to keep up tempo, basically. I just want to show you this Baron steal. Okay, this was... I think my team was maybe raging at me a little bit. Who knows? They always do. If things aren't going great, you're getting raged at. It's standard for jungle. But they start doing Baron. I'm down here finishing off blue, which isn't the greatest position to be, but honestly, I was like, there's not a whole lot I could do up here. So I was not exactly in a rush to get here. So I was like, what am I going to do against all 5 of them? Not much. But I do get here. I send in the clone. Try to do a little fake out thing. Huge fight. Okay, this isn't the one I was thinking, actually. They got that one. So they got that one. A couple teammates died. They lost 1 person. We're not too bad off here, though. But yeah, I was just kind of baiting them around a lot. Playing first strike, so getting a little extra gold off that. That wasn't the one that I wanted to show you, actually. It's the next one. Whoa, that screen. So later in the game, here they are doing Dragon. Or Dragon. Baron. And I'm thinking, maybe we get this. And then I'm kind of looking at this. I'm low. There's not a whole lot I can do. But I do have Hex Flash. And I am watching its health, so I'm like, alright, let's just give this a try. Oh, I didn't even Hex Flash. I just bounced over with with the thing. Okay. But yeah, I am playing the Hex Flash. But this steal was huge, though. This probably, you know, they were pulling back pretty hard. It was feeling like a really hard game at this point. We had pushed them pretty good, but we were having trouble ending it, and we really needed this. So getting that steal in felt nice, and then just I'm out of there. Look at this. This Kayn is mad. He's like, "Where are you? I'm gonna get you." He's so mad. I could just tell. Team's probably all upset with him. Got it. Redemption. So yeah, that was probably one of my cleanest steals. I feel like I had another steal. I don't know where it was exactly, or there was a couple other real clean steals I had at some point. I don't think it was this. No, this was easy. But I did have a Hex Flash steal somewhere, and I forget where it was. Maybe it was a different game. But there was another Baron steal I had where I used Hex Flash over the wall and did the same thing. Oh, and it was beautiful. I'm not going to find it, though, in this video. It was one of those games recently, though. But yeah, I guess that's all I'm going to show you. There's just too much to go much deeper, and I don't want this video to go on forever, but I've been having a lot of fun with Ranked. And, yeah, just thought I'd do a little video on it and see if there's much interest, and maybe highlighting some games. See what you guys think. And yeah, wish me luck in this upcoming season. I'm going to climb as high as I can. Yep, that's it. Alright, guys. Well, thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a good one.